Hello and welcome. My name is Nick LaForce. Many of you may have noticed or have had in your life an incredible experience where somebody sees you without judgment. They accept you for who you are, regardless of your flaws, regardless of your failures, regardless of your mistakes. They see you for who you are and accept you. It's such a beautiful experience when that happens, and I think it's one of those experiences that we as humans long for in our lives. And it's also a very powerful experience when you give that to another person. When you see another person, you accept them for who they are, despite their flaws, despite their weaknesses, despite the stumbles, the failures, the mistakes, the missteps that they've made, and you just embrace that person as a human being who has incredible potential but also walks a human path and doesn't always walk it perfectly. A few years ago, a colleague of mine in Mexico hosted an event, a 6-day conference in which we were focusing on topics of and learning, having training workshops on topics around neuro-linguistic programming, hypnotherapy, and coaching. And during this 6-day workshop, these images formed in my mind, and I eventually put together this poem that I'm going to share with you shortly that includes some of the images and some of the topics from that. So I'm going to share a couple of things that are in the poem so that you will understand it more effectively. It makes reference to the 80-year-old grandmother of 17. That woman is actually Paco, who's the man who hosted that event. It's his mother. And she was 80 years old. On one evening we had this party, a live band, beautiful music there. And here there were 35 or 40 of us sitting around listening to this music with this open, empty dance floor there. And at one point in time, Paco's grandmother, the 80-year-old woman, gets up and takes my hand, and she's the first one to go out on the dance floor. So we're out there dancing, and she's dancing around, bringing everybody else up on stage. And that struck me as such a vivid and powerful image that the oldest person at the party was the first one to dance. And also, one of the topics was around hypnotherapy, and a lot of it was based on the work of Milton Erickson, an incredible man who died in 1980, unfortunately. Single-handedly transformed the field of hypnotherapy into a respectable profession. And in his later life, due to his own disabilities, he was colorblind but also handicapped and was in a wheelchair. He wasn't ambulatory at that point in time. He would wear purple pajamas all the time. And he was amazing at helping people to understand that despite whatever handicaps or difficulties you've had in life, you can still have a joyful, happy life and live that life well. So those images appear in the poem. And one other third one is, we talked about this idea of owing and being owed in life. And somebody had said that you only really truly know if somebody is giving a gift to you freely, if you can look in their eyes and ask them, are you giving it from the bottom of your heart? And if the person can genuinely, congruently say yes, they're giving it from the bottom of their heart, then that means they're giving it without condition. So I wrote this poem. It's called Give Us Wings, and it celebrates that event, and it actually is dedicated to Paco and the attendees at that conference. Give us wings. Nature is not always kind, but never cruel. Can be unforgiving, but is always loving. The rose, one day whipped by the wind, burnt by the sun, still accepts the morning dew. Who are we to reject grace pointing to our flaws? To claim the scars on our soul justify hardening the heart? In what lessons do we have to learn when the 80-year-old grandmother of 17, the oldest at the party, is the first to dance? When a crippled old man in purple pajamas shows us what we gain cataloging our handicaps can never steal our joy. So let us give our gifts freely, looking each other in the eye and asking, is it given from the bottom of the heart? Because only the heart can give without conditions. Only the heart can receive grace. Only the heart can teach us how to free ourselves from the love that holds us in chains in order to find the love that gives us wings. In order to find the love that gives us wings. And the beauty of that idea is that if we come to our world, if we come to each other with this sense of giving from the bottom of the heart, if we give fully, give completely, give from the bottom of the heart, we will find the chains will drop away and we will have wings in life. We will be able to fly. It's my hope and my desire that this poem has inspired in you a new perception, a new way of being, and a new desire to give what you have to give fully, completely, and deliver it to the world. The world is waiting to receive it. And when you do, you will have wings, you will take flight, and I can only imagine how far you will soar. If you've liked this poem, please post your comments below, please share it with others, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.